That was Lamma Bada Yatathanna, one of the most famous Arabic songs in the world. It is believed that it originated in al-andalus, at least the poem, so it's based on a poem. It is a poem set to music, and the poem is called Lamma Bada Yatathanna. At least that's the first verse of the poem. It is a poem in the style known as muwashah, which is a poetic form that developed in Al-Andalus, or southern Spain, in medieval times when it was ruled by the Muslims. And it's not entirely certain who wrote the poem originally, although the most common attribution is to a very famous polymath from Andalusia called Lisan ad-Din ibn al-Khatib, who was from Loja, close to Granada, but also traveled and became very, very famous. So he is believed to have written the poem. The title, Lamma Bada Yatathanna, means something like when she begins to sway. So clearly, just like many other muwashah poems, it's a love poem originally. The poem, since then, or at least in the modern world, has been associated with this particular melody. So obviously, usually it is sung, accompanied by vocals. Our rendition here was only the instrumental part of the song, and this instrumental, this melody that the poem is sung in, is uncertain who wrote it. It is sometimes said to be just a traditional song that sort of has been sung, dates back to that time in Andalusia, or at least very far back. But others attribute it to an Egyptian composer from the 19th century called Muhammad Abdulaziz al-Maslub, who, and some even say that he might have written the lyrics or the poem because, again, it's uncertain. And so, in short, the origins of both the poetry and the music is somewhat uncertain, although it's pretty safe to say that the poem itself comes from Al-Andalus, perhaps from Ibn al-Khatib. The melody is in the maqam or mode known as Nahawand, which corresponds basically to a Western minor scale, but with certain like modifications in there. And there's room to play around as always in music. And the rhythm is something called sama'i, which is basically in 10/8. So if you go back, you listen, you'll hear that the rhythm is sort of a very long pattern in 10/8, which is it's unusual, especially today in music, right? It's not as uncommon in traditional Arabic music, but still very interesting, very, very beautiful. It's a joy, this song, to play. And again, very famous, one of the most famous songs from the Arabic world, maybe in history. So I hope you enjoy that. Look forward to more songs like this and accompanying information and historical context for those songs. Thank you to Mårten Hillbom, who played the percussion amazingly. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.